Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Johnny Maltese Miller, the pride of Park Ridge. Um, since we're starting in Park Ridge, I need to know, and how do I ask? And what are you some sort of supervillain?
No, but I'm curious where this is going.
Oh,
I could be.
well, I've noticed the many things that I've seen you doing online. I've seen you do karate. I know you speak a different language. I've seen you do acrobats. And then I saw that you were once named Mr. Demon of Park Ridge,
Oh, he's
which
done his homework.
clearly says that you're a Batman villain. So unless you have a logical explanation for this is what I'm just going to assume.
He has done his homework. Mike, that was a time for sure. That was at Manny's high school. It was basically essentially like a boys' beauty pageant. And people were telling me since my freshman year, people were telling me that like I should do it because it's so fun. Like right, so there's like a skills portion, which I did. Spin sticks or devil sticks,
Yes.
which I guess doesn't help my case. Being a supervillain. So I did a little routine of like some devil sticks. Um, and then there was like a swimsuit portion,
Oh,
which I that was my senior year, so I was playing baseball. I felt a little good, but and then there was a dance portion. It was all guys, right? We all had numbers, and we had a bow tie, black suspenders, like Chippendale style, black suspenders, black jeans, black shoes. That's it. We were shirtless, and we danced to "Who Runs the World, Girls? Who Runs the
oh,
World, Girls?" And we like got on our hands and knees and we were dancing. We had to answer questions, and that was such an interesting time. It was
Huh.
so fun to like be a part of that. And then I wasn't expecting anything, but I guess I ended up winning, and it was really cool.
You are apparently you are the head demon of the
Yeah,
group. Yes.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Um, I always love when I have these things, and this is why I have these podcasts because you always learn something new and you find out how the world connects. I was also in a male beauty pageant at one point in my life.
Well, really,
God.
please do tell.
Not a lot of my adult friends don't know this, but my college friends do know this because they've witnessed this mess. Yeah, I did not win, but portion, my talent portion was lips lip syncing Billie Jean from Michael Jackson. The Jenny.
Nice, great choice, great
I
choice.
really, and unfortunately for them, no, was it? I really wasn't lip syncing. I mean, you put me on a stage, I'm going to perform. No, it wasn't that. I was in a sundress and I did Aretha Franklin respect. Yeah, I'm not really helping my case at all, really.
I mean,
But
it's also a great song, you know.
I've done them both. That's why it's like, oh yeah, wow. Now you know what? That Mr. Demon thing doesn't sound too bad. At least you won. So
It made
you
it all
won.
worth it.
Yeah, at least you won. Since we're talking about your many talents, tell me everything that you can do. Because I've seen you can sing, you can dance, I've seen you jumping and flipping over stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
baseball. Jesus Christ. What else are you doing?
I have a twin. My brother and I started playing piano at 3. We played that for 10 years. Then he switched to trumpet. I switched to saxophone. I wrestled for 3 years. I played baseball my entire life. Um, and then I took up hip hop in high school. And then I joined the circus for a year after college. I was
Join the circus for a year.
Yeah, that was such a cool experience. One of my family friends was like, Johnny, like, I'm walking down Chicago and I saw them set up like this big tent by the lake, and they were doing like different circus stuff. And I think somebody else mentioned it to me, and I was like, this has got to be fate because this is such a weird coincidence that you're mentioning this too. I'll check it out. And so I go down into the city, I go to this place, and they're so welcoming. It was um, I was in two different ones. One was CCDC, and the other one was I forgot. It was right at the lakefront though, and that's where they taught me how to do swinging trapeze, which was really cool. And then so that was awesome. So like on Thursday nights, the stadium lights were up, and people would just sit up their lawn chairs, and we would just it was kind of like our practice, but our performance. And so we just climbed this super tall ladder and then just kind of go to town. And it was really really cool. And then with CCDC, I learned how to I did partner acro and the teeter totter, where someone jumps on one end and you flip on the
And
other
then you
end.
flip on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that was really cool. I had to learn to be like really stiff as a both as like a flyer, like standing on somebody's shoulders and on the board. You got to be really stiff, which is crazy. I thought you had to be like nice and loose, but it makes sense, transfer of energy and all.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I was a spin instructor for a year, which was that was super fun. Just like it was every Friday night, and I always said like clean eating, dirty drinking. So like we're gonna have fun right now. We're gonna work hard so that the weekend pays off. And
Mm.
every week would be a different theme ride. My playlists were fire. I'd spend hours on my playlist
Oh
to like
God.
get them to get like every like synced up with the RPM that they're supposed to for each song,
Yeah.
as well as transition to each song like really smoothly and high energy. And I would even care. I would sing into the mic as we were like pedaling, and it was just something so much fun to do. That was shout out Inspire Studios in Arlington Heights. Is a smaller gym, so they actually trained me. Um, my trainer's name was Carla. You ever see like in the Asian countries, it's like the workout mirror that you put in your home, and it's like people inside your mirror that like do the workouts with you.
Yeah.
So my trainer Carla, super cool woman by the way, she was that person. She was
Oh,
the girl in the mirror.
really? Okay.
And so she trained me how to do be a spin instructor. And so really good opportunity there. So that was super fun. But yeah, I've learned nunchucks before. Um,
God.
I mean, I just love life. Like I just want to like learn things and do be good at them and show them off. And so there's just I'm not gonna tell you all of my talents because I
No,
got to
no.
save some secrets.
Gotta save some. Absolutely.
But yeah, that's but I just love to learn different things and be great at them.
You're like real life Tom Cruise. I like it.
That is such a great compliment. Thank
I
you.
like it. Oh, I like that.
Actually, in one of my spin instructor tryout, they asked me, they're like, if they can, the last interview question was, if there's a movie about you, what would it be about? And I said, it'd be a baseball movie starring Tom Cruise playing me. So funny you said that.
Uh, I love Tom Cruise, so it's very weird. It gets even weirder. This is so weird. Um, all right, because I love my awkward lead-ins to very weird stuff. Have you seen the movie Sinners
Yeah, yeah, with Michael B. Jordan and his twin.
and his twin? Yes. Um, do you know Buddy Guy's in that movie?
Yeah, I played at Buddy Guy Legends
Look
on
how
stage.
that just tied in right there, Johnny. Did you really? Tell me more.
I feel like you set that up. I feel like you did your homework.
No.
um, that was my mom. I actually call her my momager. She's awesome. I have two moms, and they both helped me set it up. It was middle school jazz band. Um, and she loves Buddy Guy. Like she's big blues R&B fan. She introduced me to Motown and Madonna and Beat the Beatles. And so like when she saw this opportunity, she was like, we have to do something. So we got like the middle schools together and then the feeder districts. So
Okay.
Emerson and Lincoln Middle School and Maine East High School and Maine South High School. And uh, she talked to the manager there, and we all like took turns performing like our jazz band and playing different songs on there on stage, and that was a super cool opportunity. That was awesome.
That is very cool. Very cool. Um, Speaking of moms, I'm not sure if this was your mom or not, but I saw you were cooking. You were on Instagram, you were cooking. You weren't even I can't even call it cooking. It looked like a TV show.
Oh, I think that was pretty recent. That was yeah. I went to my first cooking class.
Oh,
Um, So I mean, my mom's an incredible cook. We're Italian, right? Shout out to Cornicello. Uh,
Yes.
so everything I learned is from her. But the cook needs a break too. So we thought it'd be fun to go out and take a cooking class. So we tried it, and it was a cool experience.
Do
You
you
could like get to be with everybody, and they showed you how to cook it, and you
do you
cooked it.
know how to cook like before this, or this is like, oh, all right, I'm learning how to officially make Italian meals?
No, I know how to cook. I don't like to cook because it takes up a lot of time. But if I
Yes.
have to, if I need to, I can. I spent a plethora of hours with HelloFresh in college. Um, so
Yes.
I know my way around the kitchen.
Oh, okay. You played baseball.
Yeah.
You know, before we get no, I don't. Let's stay away from baseball right now
Okay.
because you mentioned college. Tell me the years that you spent at U of I. Were these good years of sports or were they bad years of sports? What was happening?
Yeah, yeah. So
Are
if
you
I'm
the
going to talk,
reason they shut down cams? Tell me what
yeah.
I need to know about your college life.
Oh my gosh. I had so much fun in college. My first year was at Northern, NIU.
Okay.
And I was part of the Husky marching band. Um, and that was fun, like just to get my feet wet in college experience. And had a really, really good time there, made some great friends. And then my brother was at U of I at the time, and my dream school was U of I. So I was like, I
Okay.
have to get there. And so I got good grades at NIU, and I transferred to U of I the next year for the next 4 years. So I was there, I guess maybe 2018 to 2022. And My brother and I were part of the marching Illini together.
No.
Um, I started off playing the tenor saxophone. My main instrument is bari, but it's pretty big saxophone. It's hard to march.
Yeah.
So I switched to tenor for marching band, and then my second year in marching Illini, I wanted a little bit more of a challenge, wanted a little bit more clout. So naturally, at the top of the pecking order, you got Illini drumline.
Mm.
So I auditioned, I practiced for that, made it, and that was a really cool experience too. Um, so I did marching Illini there. You talk about cams. I'm so happy I was there for like OG cams before they took
Yeah.
it down. I remember when they were taking it down, and
Mm.
people were like, "Who's gonna get the K? Who's gonna get the letters?"
Yes.
And they went like that, like black, like it was like a Black Friday.
Oh,
Some fraternities, sororities got them. I guess they got dibs. But I remember like going out on campus at like 2 a.m. and like taking a part of the building,
okay.
like a stud, an orange stud, because it's orange. And I
Yes.
brought it to my apartment, and anyone to my apartment, we would like all sign it and stuff, so like I commemorate it,
Yeah.
to treat honor it with respect. Um, cams. I mean, why do we like cams? Like you
Yeah.
had your designated bar shoes because the floors were
Yeah, there was no real reason
sticky.
to really
No,
yeah, the floors were sticky. The lighting was weird. Like it
you're
was
right.
so crowded. Like,
It was
oh,
so crowded. In the basement, there was a giant crater in the ground.
uh,
It like I don't know why we all loved it. I guess it was just like we all have so much. We just bleed orange and blue. We just love our history. We love the fact that we love it. We love the fact that our generations before us loved it. So, um, yeah, I remember like doing like walking in cams and doing a little walk around.
the
You
walk
could do a little
around, yes.
little
Yeah.
little wrap around to see like
Around the bar, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
who's where. That was but the beautiful part of cams though was it had outside was like the mural. That was a staple, right? I remember Sean Evans from is it Sean Evans from Hot Ones?
Yes.
Yeah, he was there, and because he's an alumni, and like that's a staple. That's where people go to like to
That's
take
where
their
you go.
favorite stuff.
That's the one place people like wherever you go, whatever school, if we're going to Champagne, well, of course, that's the bar you go to. So,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, so U of I was a great time. That's where I learned how to trick too. Or trick as in it's like street gymnastics. Uh,
Yes, that's a good. Thank you for the definition of
yeah,
that, please.
Not the other tricking.
Yeah, I
Uh,
just want to be clear. All right. Yes.
But yeah,
Perfect.
it was quad day, right? So quad day at U of I is where on all four of the big quads, North Quad, Engineering Quad, Main Quad, South Quad, all of the everybody, every group, every sport, every fine arts, everybody comes out with their tents, their billboards, everything, and you just walk around and just talk to people and see what's what, like what does the campus, the university have to offer. And there's these guys like freaking ninjas doing flips in the middle of the quad. And I
Mm.
was like, that looks awesome. And they're like, do you want to know how to do a backflip? And I'm like, heck yeah, I do. And so they taught me how to do a backflip. And I was like, it was like love at first sight. It was awesome. It felt so cool. Which leads me into my first year there. My brother and I did Footloose, the musical. And I met
Really?
my core group of friends there. And one of my core group of friends that I met there was in the Trickers. And so he like he put me on to tricking and introduced me to everybody. And I'm so grateful for like those. I still those are still my core group of friends to this day. And it yeah. So I did tricking like for 4 years while I was there. Um, and that was awesome too. Like that totally changed me. That's what got me into calisthenics. Um, if you didn't know, I like was it 2021? I went to go break the world record for human flag. Um,
Time out. What does that mean? And what? Because people are going to hear that and be like, "What? What is that? What is that?"
Human flag is where you're on a pole horizontal to the ground. You're parallel to the ground. So
Mm.
at the time, the world record was I want to say like 30 seconds, 32 seconds, and just like self training, just hacking it up on the playground pole. I got 27 seconds,
Ah,
which is crazy because the only video I found of the world record at 32 seconds, not only was he wearing gloves, but the top of the pole was smaller. And as we know, the smaller the pole, the easier the grip, the easier it is to hold on.
yes.
I was not using any gloves. The pole was this round. It was like like the twirly things on a playground.
Yeah.
I just stuck my hands in between there and practiced. So unofficially, I feel like I got the world record. I do have the video to prove it. I don't have a Guinness guide that said I did do it though. Um, and this was before AI. So, but that, yeah. So like that's kind of a cool little neat party trick. Um, yeah, I did that too. So I trained for that.
That's hey, this team is all full of party tricks. That's perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
That was cool.
So from there, you went on to be a teacher.
Yeah, yeah. It was
How do you
yeah.
go from I'm going to be in a circus to I'm going to be a teacher and be in
Circus.
a classroom for 8 hours?
Um, yeah, it was like so. Okay, so graduating college, both my parents are in the education field, right?
Okay.
So which helped a little bit. And then graduating high school, I became a Golden Apple Scholar, which is
Ooh,
I'm a 2017 Golden Apple Scholar. Basically, it's the best teacher
the
preparation
best.
program in the
Yes.
Midwest. Um, and so I did that through college, and then got out of college, and so I teach the I want to teach in a school of need. So I started off in eighth grade in middle school. Um, so let me back up. Actually, I student taught at Chippewa Middle School in Des Plaines. I
Okay.
got the job there um, for my first year teaching eighth grade. So I actually followed my kids up from when I student taught them in seventh grade, and then I taught a lot of them in eighth grade, which was actually a really cool opportunity. I also have a tattoo to commemorate how I got the job. Rumor has it I did a backflip in the interview. Um,
Rumor has it. Okay.
but I also did like a little I did a he said like teach me like go through a lesson, right? And so I was dancing in my interview. So which I was nervous, but it made me feel better, right? And so it's also really fun. The kids love it. So like positive and negative slope. So
Yeah.
like if you internalize it, like put your right hand up and your left hand down like the nene. So like this is your
Yes.
positive slope. And then little Michael Jackson spin, point down. That's your negative slope. Um, And then I'd put on like Beat It by Michael Jackson, just and I'd point it would be positive, negative, positive, and they'd have to do the dance move to go along with it. And the next day, the assistant principal pulled me aside and he's like, from one man to another, never dance in an interview ever again. And like, I didn't really understand why, but I kind of get it now. Like, he's like, what if there's like an old fart in the interview
Oh my
team?
God, right?
And he's like, yeah, that's not what teachers are supposed to do.
That's not
And
teaching.
right,
Yeah.
right. But like, I want to be in a school that is that progressive, that does accept that, that does encourage like that, because I taught, and when I went to go teach high school, it was block schedules. That was 85 minutes that those kids were sitting down doing math. Like that is so hard to do. That's so hard
Oh,
to teach. It's so hard to lead a classroom of 30 kids to sit down for 85 minutes. So
right?
I
Yeah.
constantly be thinking of things to get us up and moving. Like I literally bent over backwards to teach these kids math, to get them excited. Like I do, like you know what a reciprocal is. I'm wearing my math t-shirt, my math baseball t-shirt right now. Six,
Oh,
six plus
nice.
four plus three equals two. Um, if you don't know that, if you know, you know. Um,
Yes.
but like I would teach, like I would, like reciprocals, like 2/3 and 3/2.
Right.
So I would do like handstands in class to like I'm 2/3. Now I'm 3/2. Um, uh,
Mm,
or
okay.
like when in eighth grade when I taught them the Pythagorean theorem, that's like the triangle.
Yeah.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I superimposed myself doing the human flag on a graph paper, and they had to find like from the toe my toes to the ground. So I
Wow.
always try to incorporate some cool stuff to like get them enthused about it.
Speaking of cool stuff, what is Toki Pona?
Oh my gosh, how do you know that? You really did your
I,
research.
you know, I got a lot of time on my hand.
Toki Pona is it's an Islanders language, which one of the guys I tricked with in college, uh, he like introduced me to this language. And I thought, I don't know, again, it was just something I thought that was super cool. And like we would have like, 45 minutes to an hour drive to our gym to trick it. So like
Okay.
in that time I would learn some Toki Pona and like we'd kind of like talk a little bit, like me and him. Just because don't ask me, please don't ask me if I remember anything.
Nope, nope.
It's such a cool language. I still actually have like the dictionary app on my phone, in case I ever want to like relearn it. But yeah, it was like a cool language that I wanted to learn with my friend in tricking.
That's awesome. All
Yeah,
right. So let's get to the fun stuff.
cool.
Tell me what your life looks like right before the word Chicago snowballs entered it. Like, tell me what are
Oh,
you doing? What are you doing in life?
I was selling custom kitchens and custom closets for Home Depot. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
complete 180 teaching. Um, So I taught middle school for 1 year and I taught high school math, a freshman, for 2 years, so a total of three. Um, at that point, Rolling Meadows wanted District 214 had a mass layoff.
Right.
Lots of teachers who didn't have tenure got laid off. Unfortunately, I was one of them. Um, and at that point, I paid off all of my student loans, like thankfully, and so I don't have any kids, also thankfully. And so I realized if there's any time to try something new, now is the time.
Right.
And one of my close friends from high school, um, he's an architect. He's a construction manager, and he got me a job with Home Depot as a salesman because I want to try. People said you'd be really good at sales. Sales is really hard.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
and it's very like baseball because if you fail a majority of the time,
Mm-hmm.
then you succeed. But if you succeed, like bat your batting average, right? In baseball, if you get 1 out of 3 hits, a 333 average. That's really good.
Yeah.
If you get one out of every three, yeah, 1 out of 33, 1 out of 3 yeses, or how do you say it?
Yeah.
Every three customers, if you get one yes, that's you're
That's
successful. That's very good.
absolutely. Yeah.
So it's very similar to baseball in that respect. And it took me, I was doing it for 3/4 of a year, which is 8 months. And it wasn't until the end where I started to kind of understand sales. It took me a long time to get it. Um, but it was a cool opportunity. Um, I firmly believe in sales, you have to believe what you believe in.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
and I will try. I will do I would put 150% of myself into everything, but I couldn't see myself long term selling unless it was something that I strongly believed in. Not that I don't believe in Home Depot. I think Home Depot is great. I think I get a lot of stuff from Home Depot. Home Depot is down my street. Um, it just wasn't something I saw myself doing long term.
Right.
And it just happened that snowballs came into that. It just intersected my
Isn't
life,
that crazy how that
and
happens?
it's so crazy that it is. It's fate. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So what else do you want to call it? But it was awesome. And I remember like my family friends were like, Johnny, have you heard the snowballs on the news? And I got like 4 or 5 messages. They're like, Johnny, you have to try out for this. It's everything you've been prepping for your entire life. It's the baseball, the performing, the dancing, the tricking,
Yeah.
the flips, the skills, the talent, like everything. Um, and I was like, there's just no way. Like I'm going to, obviously, but there's just no way. Like I doubt it'll be on. Like, do you know how many hundreds of people are probably? It's Chicago. Like
Chicago.
Chicago.
Right.
Like, do you know how many people are in Chicago? Isn't it like a million?
At the
Like two
moment,
million,
it's
5 million?
let's say 3 million right now, right in the middle.
I
At
think,
least,
yeah.
and that's not including the suburbs. So yeah.
Yeah, right, right. In the suburbs, in the surrounding areas, like there's probably so, and they even said like you don't have to be a great baseball player. We want to see what talents you bring. So that's even spreading a wider net. So I was like, dude, there's gonna be like thousands of people, and
Yeah.
I'm like, but heck, let's just go out there and do our best, be our genuine selves, have fun, bring everything you can. Um, I was, and so I remember it was day one of tryouts, and got there, and some dude behind me is dressed up in a full ski suit. Um, AKA shout out Slick Rick. He also made the team. Um, and I mean, he was probably my first friend that I met, which is super cool because he is really a cool guy. He also just had a kid, so shout out to
There we
Slick Rick.
go.
Congrats to him. Um, he's gonna be an awesome dad, and Haley's gonna be an awesome mother. But it was such a cool experience, and I was so nervous, and there were so many people there, and I remember they were just pounding outfield, right? They were just pounding ground balls, and I was not set up for turf. I've played my whole life was like dirt and grass, right?
Right.
That's baseball, and so I don't know if you know this, Mike. When the ball gets hit on turf, I feel like it picks up speed.
Oh,
Like it was
absolutely. Yeah.
it was like a bullet just flying through the turf. And so I held my own. I tried to do my best. I have a really good arm. And then like, we went into the batting cages, and then we had a skills portion. The Jesse White tumblers came. So we learned how to like do cartwheels and somersaults and dive rolls and flips. And so if you scroll way, way in the bottom of our Chicago Snowballs page, you'll see me like sitting up on somebody's legs. That was from tryouts.
Okay.
So that was a crazy experience. And then just to get, I remember getting called back. Uh, like we were all waiting on like pins and needles to hear, and I got the call from Kristen saying that you made callbacks, and it was like one of the most exciting moments ever because I realized I beat out like 800 people, bringing it down to like 50, which is
Right.
crazy. What is that, 1/16? Like that's awesome. Um, and I was just so enthused, and like to meet Sherry, to meet Paul, and to talk with them, and to see like what they wanted the snowballs to be, I'm like, yes, 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 whatever, yes, like that is it. Like I totally see it for you. I see it for me. I see it for us. I can help you get you there. Like, yes, like let me be a part of this organization and I will carry us. Like I like this is everything and more, and I love everything that you're doing. Like this is you are on the cutting edge. You're absolute like this is perfect. Um, and my boss at the time at Home Depot, Don was so cool. Uh, he's like, I already blocked you out for. I didn't even know I made callbacks at this time before this. He already blocked. I knew when callbacks was. I didn't know if I made it. He
Okay.
blocked me out for callbacks because he was so confident in me that I would get callbacks. Like
Mm,
he was such a great manager, great boss, great coworker, great mentor. And he's like, I knew you would make it. And so Friday came, Friday callbacks, and it was just like 50 of us. And we like learned some more dances and we did a little bit more baseball like things. And I think at that point I knew I made it
yeah.
because like there was no way they were going to string me along and I was going to put all that energy out and
Yeah.
like enthusiasm and play and like the connections I made up and we all made up until that point.
Right.
Um, so it was just meant to be, and I'm so grateful for it.
So tell me the moment where you found out that it was in. You were done.
Yeah. So it was interesting because like we were all like waiting to hear back from it and waiting for that call. And I I believe it was Sherry gave me a call and she's like, you guys are snowballs. And we're just like so stoked. And it was just like it was just a dream come true. And like I said, like I know in callbacks, we all kind of had that feeling,
Right.
and we're all starting to be called snowballs.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish there was like that one moment, like even like when I was at my boys' house, like we were hanging out with the boys, like they wanted to be there for like the call and stuff.
Yeah.
I There wasn't like that one moment where it was like you're a snowball.
Right.
It was a gradual process. Being a startup company and like organizing everything. So I think if there was like one time to pin it, it was like callbacks. Like somewhere in the middle of callbacks, I was like, they're not gonna get rid of me now. And so even though there was like a slight chance there was, I was still pretty confident they weren't. And so like going through that, it just made everything a lot easier. Like I was able to perform and play and do tricks and stuff better because I was like more loose and more fun. I was like, this is awesome. This is it. You know,
That's awesome. So are you a snowball or you are a rocket squirrel?
I'm a rocket squirrel.
All right. Perfect. As I asked on the last podcast with Sammy, where do the rocket squirrels live?
Chicago.
No, apparently the snowballs live in Chicago. The rocket squirrels have no home. Where do they
um,
go? It's
I like
not
to say that
Chicago's rocket squirrels, it's just rocket squirrels.
I think they're also Chicago, because we were all Chicago Snowballs at one point. That's the big brand. That's the LLC, and then we got drafted, right? So I think we are all of our homes are Chicago,
The squirrels are in
regardless if
Chicago.
regardless if we have Chicago in front of our name or not. These are the two big teams that are competing with each other, that are traveling to compete with each other across Illinois.
All right.
Chicago Snowballs and Rocket Squirrels. So
All right.
that that's our home.
The squirrels live in Chicago. We it's official. All right. Done. Okay. So you get the call, you know you're a snowball or a rocket squirrel. Tell me what the whole process has been, just being like with the practices and just getting the energy. Like, when do you really start to believe, like, oh my God, this could be something incredible?
I knew from tryouts this could be something incredible. And,
Okay.
so I left Home Depot. I put in my 2 weeks earlier than I should, um, because it's my cat here.
I knew
I
there was a
put.
cat.
I'm gonna let him out real quick. 1 second.
Yes.
Okay.
A cat is moving now for the sake of
So,
the podcast.
um, There we go. Okay. Let's see. Can you repeat your question? Sorry, I got
I
lost.
don't even know my question. Um, well, you already answered it. It's like you knew since tryouts, like this was going to be something. This is going to be
Yeah,
special.
yeah. And it just continued to grow as we had practices. I like to explain, I like to visualize it as this. I was also in the musical Jersey Boys last summer. Um, and I was Joe Pesci, which is a really cool
Yes.
character to be. Um,
Yes.
but there's one part in the finale where it's kind of like all the four of the four seasons, they all turn around towards the mic and they have like their monologue moment of like what it's like right now, and what it was before, um and Frankie Valli goes, what did he say? He's like, uh, there was this moment where it was just four guys under a street lamp singing someone else's greatest hits.
Hmm.
That that was everything. That was his favorite part. He's like, yes, the money was great and the cars and the girls and the gigs was great, but back when it was just simple and it was just four guys under the street lamp singing someone else's greatest hits, that was everything for him. And like, so I remember during like the earlier stages of practice where we were just trying out different tricks and stuff. Don't get me wrong, this part is really fun too. And
Yes.
it's only going to get more fun. But I knew like in the beginning stages of practice, like when we were all snowballs, when it was no Rocket Squirrels, it was just like 40 snowballs. It was just all of us together learning dances, to all of us together learning tricks in the cages. Um, that was so much fun for me because I got to talk with everybody. And of course, that was actually before the second wave of players. So
Right.
we had another wave of players. And I got to meet so many cool people through that. But I miss like a lot of the people that I played with early on in practices before the draft. Um, they're snowballs, and I feel like I never get to see them because Racket Squirrels are doing our thing and Snowballs are doing their thing. So even though we are one family, we're under one brand, we do things separately as teams. And so like I miss them. I miss Logan and Jonah and Kyle and Tommy, everybody, I miss those guys and girls too. And the relationships that like we had going into it. I'm going off on a tangent, but
No, no, I hear you. I understand you. I mean, hey, pretty soon you're gonna see a lot of these people.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be awesome.
It is going to be awesome. Um, Here's one of my favorite questions because I love. So I don't know if you know this. This is actually a music podcast. Um, I recently saw that you went to a concert. Are you, yeah. Tell me about your concert experience. You're a big Bruno fan apparently?
Uh, I guess you could say that. I don't, he's kind of like top 10. No, uh, you're only laughing because that's darn lie. Yeah, I love Bruno Mars. Um,
Is he
uh,
your guy? Is that your number one? That's your guy?
that's my number one.
He's your Bieber?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. He's
Yeah,
your Bieber.
Bruno. Peter Dean Hernandez will have my heart forever and always. Um, Yeah, that concert was awesome. I took my mom, I took my best friend, and he took his mom. And it was my mom's first Bruno concert.
Oh.
So it was so cool to like experience that with her. Because this was my third. My first one was at Lollapalooza in 2018. I split front row with a couple. That's a totally entirely different story. If you want to hear it, it's a great story. But first concert, second concert was in Las Vegas. Um, Again, me and my same friend. So he was with me. I dressed up in his 24K red silk pajamas, and we went into the venue. And they were taking away our phones before the lobby. So people were coming up to me. They're like, "Yo, this is the closest I'm gonna get to Bruno Mars. Can I take a picture with you?" And it felt so cool. It was such an awesome. It was so cool. Like, to just transfer Bruno's energy to me and to these people. It was so cool. And that was an awesome concert too. That was his Silk Sonic concert. And then we
Okay.
make it to this concert, which was last Saturday. and it was like just the best concert ever. Every single song was like a mini performance. Every single
Right.
song was a performance. Like and it just ended with a bang. There was the choreo, the smoke, the pyrotechnics, the dancing. The band was on fire, like not literally, but the band was like together and just so locked in. And Bruno came out with these like cool outfits and costume changes, and El Dorado car came on the stage, and he jumped down the car and was singing like 24K and Uptown Funk, and like it was he's such a good performer. Like he's just his vocals are just butter, just godlike, and his dance moves, his choreo is so good, and he is a performer through and through, and I'm so glad that I got to be there to experience that.
Is that
And
your
I'm gonna see him again in September.
nice? Is that your favorite concert? Is that the best concert you've been to?
I've been to so many concerts. I think that's got to be up there. Maybe top three, if not. Yeah,
Okay. So
it
what's
was.
number one?
I maybe because I told you I grew up on the Beatles.
Hmm.
That was like the biggest band ever. We love the Beatles, and so probably when I was like 6 years old, my brother and my family took us to a Beatles Beatles concert. They
Yes.
they told us it was the Beatles, and they bought nosebleed tickets or like back row tickets,
Yeah.
and we genuinely thought it was the Beatles, and it was like that was one of our first concerts, I think. And I'm probably gonna put that up there in the top three or top one, just because it was like our first one, and we thought it was the Beatles, and it was so cool. And I love John Lennon, and that was my favorite Beatle, and so like I was like, oh my God, he's right there. Yeah,
Look at you.
um, that was fun to realize that wasn't him later down the road.
Yeah. John's your favorite Beatle. Everyone usually says Paul, but well, no, that's not true. There's some OGs who like John a lot much better. So I hear. Look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
Favorite Bruno Mars song is
You can't even, Mike. You can't ask me that. Like that was it switches day by day, week by week. Like that. I, I, all of his songs are so good. I mean, on his new album, I love to sing "Risk It All." I love to sing "Dance with Me." Um, I think "On My Soul" is one of my favorites, just to dance to on the album. They're all good. They're all
okay.
gold.
All right, all right. Oh, I can accept that. I
What,
haven't.
what what's your favorite Bruno song?
Ironic. My favorite Mars song is God. What's the one? I can't remember the title. It's the one with Heaven when he's like, it's real fast. It's a fast pace. I love this song. Um,
Uh, uh, you
that
bring
one.
me to my knees. You make
Yes,
me
I
testify. Uh, uh, uh.
I love that song. I
Locked
don't
out of
know.
heaven.
Yes, I don't know why I love it so much. I think it's because of the energy in it.
Yes.
Yes, and
It's so good. He does that for, yes. It's like the energy, the raw emotion he brings to every song.
I appreciate. And again, I'm like you. I've seen a lot of concerts and a lot of performances. I love someone who's an actual performer.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get your money's worth because he's gonna put every ounce of entertaining you into it. And I
Yes.
will take that any day of the week for any concert, no matter who it is. So
Every you're right, every ounce. My freshman my sophomore year roommate at U of I, his brother met Bruno Mars at a hotel in an elevator, and he asked him, like he was taking muscle relaxers because of how hard he was dancing at the
mm,
concert, that he needed, like Bruno was, because he just needed to like relax, and like he was just going ham on stage.
yeah,
So he really does just put everything he is into his performances.
that's yeah, absolutely. Um, I saw that you're a Cubs fan.
Yes.
I have some Cub ties. Um, do you have you always been a Cub fan? Do you have a favorite Cub? And where were you when the Cubs won the World Series?
Oh my gosh. Yes. These are great questions. Um, I started off as a Sox fan because my twin brother was a Cubs fan and we had to have rivalry.
Absolutely.
Um, but growing up, as you know, I played baseball and my grandpa was he loved watching football. He loved watching baseball, so he loved watching the Bears. He loved watching the Cubs. And so I just go over to his house and every Friday night, and we would just watch the Cubs together, or whatever was on. And so I just became more. I guess I just knew more about the Cubs.
Right.
Um, so at some point, it kind of transferred over. It really transferred over during 2016. Because it's just fun to cheer for winning teams. I'm not saying I'm a bandwagon. I'll be honest. Maybe I'm a part bandwagon just because. But like I did, like I was learning about them before all of that happened.
Right.
So I was getting hype with everybody, you know. Um, my favorite Cubs player is Anthony Rizzo, because he's an Italian stallion, and he's just a sweet guy. He's just a really nice guy. I don't, I just you listen to interviews with him, you watch interviews, and you hear about him, and he really is just a genuine dude. Fun fact: him and Grandpa Rossi, Game 7, ninth inning rain delay. They have a thing called like a some type of shot, and it was like a Woodford Reserve shot and a buzz ball, or a Woodford Reserve shot and a 5 hour energy drink.
Yes.
And they did you hear about that? And like they
Yeah.
took that during the rain delay. I'm like, you guys are crazy. Uh, but so yeah, so Anthony Rizzo is my favorite. 2016, um, where was I don't remember where I was watching it, but I remember the parade. Like that was my junior year in high school.
Oh God. Yes.
Nobody was in class. It was like Bueller. It was like Bueller for attendance.
Yeah.
Ashley, Brittany, Mikey, Steven, here. Like no one was in. I remember we went over to a friend's house and we got to the train early and we got like right on the fence for the Cubs parade and everybody and their mother was there. And it was awesome. I mean, we saw everybody up close, like on the floats, and it was like it was just super cool. And I know it's like listened to their interviews, but them talking about it, they're like, I thought it was going to be this, and it was just this. Like it was just there was so many people there because it was 106 years of torment, of people that just wanted to just that was so happy to celebrate,
Torment is a word. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So that was a really cool experience as well.
I
And
saw a picture of you on the fence. Which means
oh my gosh, you did your research.
which
I
means
guess,
that you were literally, so you were damn near the stage, right?
yeah, yeah, probably.
All
There's
right.
so many people there.
So I can attest to, and this is not me showing off whatsoever, not one bit. Um, when we got to the stadium that morning, like we knew there'd be a lot of people. I'm saying we like I'm a player. But the floats were there. So we knew there would be a lot of people. So when we got on the floats with the players, like, okay, we were expecting people to be in Wrigleyville. And then but we thought once we hit Lakeshore Drive, and going downtown, we didn't expect to see like it just thought it would be a normal drive. And then you hit downtown and it wasn't. It wasn't anything like that. And then you hit downtown and it's like, oh, there really are 3 million people in Chicago. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then that's when it starts hitting you. Like, again, I'm on a float with the players. So I'm watching them watch this and just seeing, I don't want to say overwhelmed, but like, oh my God. Like
Wait,
it's,
you were in the float with the players?
yes, I was on a float with, Carl Edwards, Addison Russell, Kyle Hendricks. Um,
What?
yeah, I don't like to brag about it because
Yeah, you do.
if there's videos of me and pictures and I'm like on my phone, so I'm like, because it's not hitting me that this is a thing that I'm in, because this doesn't happen. What did, no.
How did you get to be on a spot? How did you get to be there?
Um, so I worked for security for the Cubs for a long time. And but I was like a supervisor. So they're like, well, I don't know. I don't know why we need supervisors on the security supervisors on the float, but it's not like we were going to fight anyone. Like who's going to jump on the float? Um, but on the trolleys. But we like, all right, well, but they had trolleys for everyone in the front office and for the team because we were all going to the parade. And but we got to go with the players. And they were giving some big meeting the day of, and I was like, I'm not sitting to this meeting. I'm going on the float right now. And like just happened to I was totally being a jerk. Because I was like, all right, don't want to sit through this. I'm going to like park myself somewhere and enjoy this day because this day
Yeah.
never happens. And I'm sitting on this trolley, and next thing you know, here come all these players. Here comes Justin Grimm with a beer. It's like, where's the bathroom? There is no bathroom. All right, give me a can. Like it was one. It was like just like, oh.
Oh my God.
And next thing you know, it's like, oh, we're in this. We're on this. This is happening. And so yeah, I got to be on it. We got all the way downtown. They're like, go to the parade, and I think I was so exhausted from all the emotion and just so many people in Grant Park, so many people downtown, and I'm like, oh my! So I was just, but I left um, I left Grant Park while they were still on stage. They were just getting off, and I went to the bus because but we were going back to Wrigley Field, and I didn't completely pass out, but I fall asleep because I'm exhausted on a bus with Chapman, Chris Bryant, who's my favorite player, was passing a championship belt over my head, and they're just making fun of like this guy's never been in a parade before, never won anything. It's like, dude, and it was
I can't
just
believe you were like a foot from Chapman and Russell and Bryant, and
we.
you're on the bus passed out.
I was so because again, it was so. I think just the moment of it, and I think you know what, and I can tell you this is going to happen this week or even next week when you're going to be there's so much emotion and caught up in all these people and just like, oh my God, this is where it's the emotion of it just exhausted me. And so
Yeah.
yeah, but it's like even now I think about I yeah, all this is happening and I'm just falling asleep or I'm on my phone because I don't really and that's why I tell it now when I talk to you guys, take in that moment because this moment it's like you don't realize you know you'll see a lot of people on their phone and whatnot when they should be really watching a concert or doing like that. And then you're like, man, I went to that concert. Well, what'd you do? Well, I was texting such and such or taking pictures. Take in that moment because now I look back, it's like, dude, that was so, it's so incredible. And it doesn't, I mean, didn't happen for 106 years. It may never happen again. So, and these moments that you guys in, I mean, we literally created a baseball team out of nowhere. And you're on this team. It's like, this never happens. This is like a TV show. It's like a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. I always thought I'd be good in reality TV.
Which reality TV show would you pick?
Um, what my friends tell me I'd be good with like what's the Snooki one with DJ Pauly?
Oh God,
Jersey Shore?
Jersey Shore.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like what's another one? I actually auditioned or I sent in a application for like a twin reality show. But I think if you got any connections, let me know. I think a reality show would be
I
awesome.
think it was awesome. There's things like the challenge. The challenge is
I,
awesome. I
I
love
heard
that.
they're like, wait, what? What's the challenge?
Oh, you know? Oh, geez, you poor young man. Have you heard of? So I was gonna say, have you heard of MTV? Um,
Yeah, I know MTV.
MTV used to have Road Rules and the Real World TV show, and they put them together so it's now just a competition of they go to some far off. It's kind of like Survivor. Have you been seen Survivor, right?
I know Survivor and Amazing Race and all that. Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but for like reality show stars.
Oh, that's cool.
And they just compete and you win like $1 million or $2 million. Um, also, Survivor would probably be awesome as well because
I think just to be on a couple, you could kick me off after like a couple season or a couple episodes, but just to be on it for like a little bit, I think would be so cool. Like, have you seen The Circle with
Yes, I have.
they had to like I forgot but like the Italian guy Joey something one and like just like the experience of doing that I think and like the clout would be super cool. Like
Oh,
I don't know,
absolutely.
I'm all
There's
about.
there's a guy on there's a kid on Survivor right now. He was on there last year too, but they brought him back for the big 50 season. Um, Kind of also reminds me of you, which is hilarious,
Yeah.
with a lot of energy and like a lot of personality. So I
Hey,
think
we're
I
built we're built for the camera. What can we say?
there you go. All right, here's some questions I always ask at this podcast. Number one, do you have a favorite Justin?
Bieber.
Great answer. Do you have a favorite movie that you know? All right, first, I got to put it this way. Do you have a favorite movie? And do you have a favorite bad movie or TV show that you will watch no matter when it's on, even though you know it's bad?
Favorite classic OG movie? Blues
Yes.
Brothers.
All right.
Um, I favorite modern movie? Batman trilogy. Christopher Nolan.
Mm,
Um,
okay. Yes. Yes.
Show that I will watch. No matter I can't even call it. It's not a bad show. It's a good show, but I
Okay.
will always watch it, no matter if it's on wherever, whenever. Is Friends. I
And
love Friends. I love
all right.
Friends. It just brings me back to good times, and they're just it's so I just I love the era. I think '90s was so innocent, and being a '90s kid myself,
Yes.
um, I just would love to like have lived more in that decade.
The 90s were so incredible.
That's what I've heard.
They were so real. Like you were, that's, it feels like, and I'll tell you this, as an also a who actually grew up in the 90s, it feels like you were learning everything because right now everyone knows everything. Everyone's too
Right.
smart for their own. It felt like the 90s, everything was something new and you were learning something or
Oh,
experiencing
that's the
something
great
new
feeling.
every year. It's like, oh, what this? And yeah, it was so cool.
Do you
So
ever have you speaking of that, have you seen the videos of like the videos of the throwbacks in the 90s in schools, like in high school? Like
yes.
what like it was a camera panning over a classroom of kids in the 90s. Everybody was making direct eye contact with each other.
Yes.
There's not a phone in sight. Everyone was
Oh,
just happy to be with each other. And I just want that and I miss that
it
so much.
was it's I just had this conversation with someone. Um, it's like, you know what? There's probably a time when I was in high school or even before then in the 90s where I was probably in a mall most of my life just for no reason at all. Just you went to the mall, you hung out with people, you went outside, you were with humans, you know? Yeah,
Just
especially
to be around people and interact with people.
absolutely. All right, so the season's God, it's fun. This is awesome to say. The season starts this week. Tell me, um, and tell the people what they can expect from you and the Snowballs slash Rocket Squirrels.
You can expect you can expect a great time. You can expect to relax and have fun at the same time. You can expect entertainment, um, plus a baseball game. Um, you can expect two teams who have history together that wants to put on a good show for you, that wants you to be part of a good show. Um, I think what's super important in every great performance is that the fans are part of it, and our fans are such a huge part of our game. So when we're up and dancing, we like there's different points where you will be joining us in dancing, and you will be finishing song lyrics, and um you might be choosing how the game goes. um and it's you really don't know what you're in for until you're there, and you just have to know that it's going to be a good time. Um, you're gonna be kind of like what we talked about, just no phones, like it's a just being with people and experiencing something like the 90s, experiencing something new with somebody because this is new and we're so excited to bring it to everyone. Um, I feel like a kid on Christmas. Like I just want to show everyone like I just want to perform for people, and I want to do that with my team, and I want to be. I'm so excited to be part of something bigger than myself, and to bring that to an environment of people, a colossal amount of people that have never experienced something like this before, and bring them into that world and show them that world and let them experience that world and do that together and experience that together.